Hey guys, Crystal coming on. I'm coming on to share these cute little Halloween milk cartons that I created. And I'm actually going to do a tutorial on how to make the Frankenstein milk carton. He is so stinking adorable and so easy to do. I thought I would share. Okay, the pumpkin. Super easy, super cute. Either you could draw your face in, or I'll show you what I used. I have some dies in my stash from AliExpress years gone by, and it just cuts out little jack-o'-lantern faces. So I just picked the one I liked and I glued them down. I cut it out in black cardstock, and that's what I did. And then for this part, I just wrapped the paper around a wooden dowel like this, and created the curls and used a clip on this one. Super easy. So easy to do. So cute. I got this idea off of Pinterest, and they actually have a mummy one, but I didn't do the mummy. I thought about trying a witch, but I just don't have the time to figure all that out, because it took me a while to, as simple as this is, it took a while because I was looking through my dies to see what I could do, what I could use in my stash, to create it. So let me bring it up so you can see how cute he is. Isn't he adorable? And look at the little screws on the side, his little bolts coming out of his neck. Isn't that cute? But anyway, let me show you what I used to create his face. So you use 3 different circle dies, and I'll get into that during the tutorial. But I wanted a different nose shape because I didn't like just cutting out a circle. It just didn't look cute to me. I didn't like it. And I wanted a stitch. I thought the stitch was cute. So for the stitch, I had this purse die, and it's come with this little zipper. So that looks like a stitch to me. So I cut that out and just trimmed it down to the length that I wanted it to make a stitch. So I used that for the stitch. And then to make his nose, I didn't want just a plain circle. Well, shoot. Hold on. Here it is. I just cut it out again. My bad. I have this cute mouse die. Y'all have seen me make my little mouse before. He's so adorable. But anyway, I like the shape of this muzzle. So that's what I used for his nose, is the muzzle die from that. So just go through your dies and see what shapes you want and what you like and use them. That's what I did. And then for the bolts on the neck, or the screws, or whatever you want to call it, I had this set of tools, and I don't remember where I got them. They are not AliExpress. They're green, and they're very good quality, very, very heavy duty. So I don't know where I got them, but I used this. So, but this time when I do the tutorial, I'm not going to use the bolt. What I did do, I cut it out. So let me get my pick-me-up tool, make it a little easier here. Okay, I cut the screw out, but what I do is I cut it down right here, cut it off, just cut this part off, and then you fold a section of it, and then put your glue here and glue it to the side of Frankenstein's neck, just like that, if you want to do it that way, if you want to use cardstock or whatever. But I actually have, I remembered that I had some little screw brads. So that's what I'm going to use on this Frankenstein. See the little Phillips head? Because you may not want anything sticking out like this for shipping purposes. So I wanted a flat option. So I'm going to put the brads in the side to represent the bolts. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get into this. Isn't he adorable? Love it. All right. To begin with, the tutorial that I followed to make the milk carton itself was by Darby, who is Rejoice and Create here on YouTube. She made a little doghouse out of her tutorial that I followed, but I'm going to show you how to make Frankenstein. But I'm going basically to make the milk carton using hers. So what you're going to need is a 6 by 11 piece of sturdy cardstock. And let's see, you're going to need 2 pieces of black cardstock for his hair that measure 2 by 3. And then you're going to need a green piece. Let me see if you're in frame. Yep, you can see my finger. This green piece is 1 1/4 inch circle punch. If you have dies, you can use that too. And then the 2 eyeballs out of white are 1 inch, 1 inch circle punch. And then the black parts of the eye is a 1/2 inch circle punch. Okay, so let's get to the scoring. They tell you to score on the 6 inch side at 1/2 inch. Let's see, 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and 4.5 inches. Now, turn your paper to where the 1/2 inch section is at the top of your scoreboard. And then on the 11 inch side, you're going to score at 3, 5 1/4, 8 1/4, and 10 1/2. And I just hit the camera with my head again. All right. Now, leave it in the scoreboard where it's at. Now you're going to go and partially score at 4 1/8. And you're just going to score down to that first 1/2 inch score mark right there. Just that little bitty section. 4 1/8, and do it again at 9 3/8. So just down to that 1/2 inch section like that. Okay, and hopefully you can see my score marks. I think you can, but just remember that the 1/2 inch section is the top. If you'll remember that, we're golden. Okay, we're not through scoring yet. Oh, let's go ahead while I've got the scoreboard out. I've already scored this piece, but get your little hair, your little 2 by 3, and on the 2 inch side, put it in the scoreboard. On the 2 inch side, score at 1/2 inch. All right, and then set those to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and fold that. There we go. There's our hair. We'll work on that in a minute. You're done with the scoreboard, but we still have some scoring to do. So we're going to make little triangles. Not the first block, but the second block right here. Where we made that little line in the middle section there, you're going to put your scoring tool right where those two intersect, where they meet. Put your ruler up against it, and then you're going to go down to each corner in that block. So put your ruler up against it, line up to meet that corner, and then just score. And I always use like a notepad or something like that, something soft and spongy to do this part. And then do it again from this side. Put your stylus where those two intersect. Put your ruler up against it, and then score down to that other corner. That's going to create the sides of our milk carton right there. And then we're going to do it again in this block where we have that other score mark at the top. So you find where they intersect and then score. And then do the same on the other side. This lighting in here is terrible. I usually have another light on, but it glares too much with the camera, so I'm not using it, but it's making it difficult for me to see. Then you do the other corner just the same. Okay, so at this point, normally, I don't know, people are funny about this part. Some people like to go ahead and fold and then cut. I like personally to cut first. So on the bottom right hand corner, there's this little rectangle. That's the only piece that we need to remove from this entire thing. So just cut straight up, bottom right hand corner. Remove that little section and then miter it to make a little tab. And I left some of the score mark on there, so I'm going to get that off. I don't like leaving the score line. I want it off of there. So there. So you got your tab. And then right now, before we do the rest, before we cut up the bottom, we're going to go ahead and fold all of our score marks. So fold the bottom up. Fold the big section down. Now this little 1/2 inch section right here, it folds the opposite way, folds towards you. I have this little fruit fly in my freaking craft room. It's been in here probably 2 weeks and I can't catch it and kill it. And it just flies around me while I'm working. It's, oh my gosh, so aggravating. So, all right, now we're gonna fold this way. Fold on the side score marks. Okay, now we're going to cut up the bottom. Remember, the 1/2 inch section is the top. Where you've got those little triangles, that's the top. So at the bottom, I want you to cut up each score mark. And also, the section that has the triangle at the top, this is where I want you to miter. The other, leave a straight line, cut straight up, and then miter the tab that has the triangle in it. Like that. See, the section that don't have the triangle, that's going to be your front and your back. So, we're going to cut straight up, try to get rid of the score mark altogether. And then angle the piece that has the triangle. I'm going to go ahead and angle the piece that has the triangle here. And then cut away my score mark here. And pull those pieces out. And that's what you're left with. Now, we are going to go ahead and glue the box together, but we're not going to put it completely together yet, because we're going to put the face on while it's flat. I mean, I could do that right now if I wanted to, because you could. But there's a reason I want to do it the way I'm going to do it, and I'll show you why. So fold your little 1/2 inch tab over on the side. Put your glue. And then you just fold this over and then line it up, making sure that your score marks line up, and they do. And then press that down and make sure it's good and secure. All right, this is how you can tell the front from the back. Where you just piece that together is going to be the back. So we know that the sides have the triangles. See, both of these have triangles. Did I fold that? I hope I did. I don't think I did. I don't think I folded on that score mark. That might make it difficult. Maybe, maybe not. I hope I folded it. I don't know if I did. But anyway, all right. This is where we pieced it together with the tab. That's the back. So this, we know, is the front. So just fold it flat. And we're going to work on this middle panel right here. This one has the triangle in it. So we know that's not the one that's the face. This is the face beside of it. So let's get started on the face. Yay. This is the fun part. All right. The first thing I want to do is put my scar on, because I can gauge where my eyes go from my scar. So I'm going to take my little piece. You can draw this on there too, if you're good at that kind of thing. I'm not so much. So I want this on there. I can't draw that good. I mean, I can draw some stuff, but not. When I'm doing a project like this, I don't like to draw. I just don't. I'll tell you who's excellent at it, and that's Susan Tootsie Tucker. That woman is so talented. All right, next thing we want to do is put our eyeballs together. So I have already inked the edges of my eyeballs with black. This is Catherine Pooler ink, Blackjack, and I just use my little finger dauber here, and then I, ink the edges. Well, get your 1 1/4 inch green piece I've already inked around that, but I'm going to have to ink some more because we're going to create the eyelids and you have to cut it in half. So just eyeball it. Cut it in half. And then I'm going to finish inking. Hold on. I'm trying to make a mess. Doggone it. Hold on. Oh, got ink all over my finger. All right. I'm going to finish inking the bottom of the eyelid here since I've inked everything else. So there's that one. And then ink the bottom of this one. Trying to be difficult and not cooperate with me. There we go. All right, so there's our eyelids, there's our eyeballs, and there's the pupils. So we need to assemble the eyes. Now, I did this video a while ago. The video was 27 minutes long. I'm trying to cut it shorter than that right now. So, the last video was upside down, number 1, and 27 minutes long, which is way too long. And I screwed up. I'll tell you how I screwed up in a minute. But let's go ahead and put our little, the black part on the white part. So just guesstimate where you want it. It's all up to you. Your personal interpretation of how you want it. And I want it about right there. And about right there. That looks good to me. All right. Now we're going to put the eyes on. We're going to try to figure out, just try to judge the eyeballs from the side of the, where the score mark is, as to where they're going to go. I'll put my eyes down. I hope I'm in frame. I'm not doing this video again. If this one don't turn out, oh well, I'm just not doing it. We'll see. All right, that looks good. Now, how I screwed up the last time was after I put my eyelids on and got my nose on and was about done, I went ahead and dotted the eyes with my gel pen. Well, then I put the box together, and don't do that. Just don't do that. Because my fingers got into the white gel and smeared it all over the place. Oh, you want to talk about angry. I was angry. All right. So I'm just attaching the eyelids. I want them to be about the same. That needs to come down a little bit. That's why I like working with glue too, because you can maneuver it. You know what I'm saying? Then just put your nose on there. Then we're going to assemble the milk carton. Isn't that cute? So stinking adorable like it is. Guys, I wish y'all could talk to me so y'all could remind me to put the whites on the eyes once I get the box assembled. But I'm not going to make that same mistake that I made a while ago because that'll make me angry. All right. We know that this is the front of the box. So we're going to turn the box upside down with the face facing us. Turn that flap toward you and leave it alone. You're going to put your side flaps in first. Put you some glue. You ain't got to put a ton because we're not going to really adhere it down good until we turn it over and flip it over on itself. Just do it like that. Now you put the glue on the front flap. And try to square your box up and close it. Then flip it up right. And what I usually do is I put my lid back on my pick-me-up tool like that and just go inside and push it all down. Or you could use a ruler, whatever you got. All right, isn't that adorable? Okay, so all you got to do now is push your sides in. It's going to automatically want to go. I don't know if I folded that completely. That one's doing right. There we go. You just got to poke it a little bit and maneuver it a little bit and then kind of push down on it like that. Okay, see, we have the cute little milk carton sides. Isn't that adorable? All right, before I dot the eyes, I'm going to use my pokey tool and I'm going to put these little screws in the side of the neck. Just poke a little hole. And then I'm going to put my brad in there. Push it in. And then go in there with my pokey tool. I didn't get it. I have to turn it. There. Oh, it's dark. See, isn't that cute? And it don't poke out that way, you know, for shipping purposes, you still get the effect without, you know, it's sticking out. I do like the way I did it the first time, but also you got to think about shipping too, because that one, the one with the bolts sticking out the side of the neck, I am shipping. Now this one, I'm just going in there with my pokey tool and closing this brad. Okay, isn't that cute? So it's got little bolts on the side, and now it's together. All right, I'm going to show you how I finished it off. Now, I would normally put treats inside right now before I do this step, but just for the video purpose, I'm going to show you how I did it. So I closed it completely, making sure it's straight, and then I stapled both ends because I didn't want it coming apart in transit. All right, once it's stapled, then we're going to create our hair, and the hair is going to cover up the staple. So all you do is just go through and cut little, just give Frankenstein a trim. Probably easier to use my small scissors on this. I'm not trying to take all day doing this. But I also want to be able to use it, so there we have it. And then you just put your glue on the 1/2 inch section and glue it to the front, just like that. I'm not going to do the other piece. I'm not going to cut it in front of you, but you would do the same. Trim his hair, glue it on the 1/2 inch section at the back, and then you have hair on the front and the back. And just to finish him off without me putting my fingers in it, hopefully this time, I use a Jelly Roll 10 pin, and I make a big circle at the top and then just a tiny dot at the bottom. And doesn't that just bring him to life? I love it. Okay, guys, that's my tutorial. Let me know what you think. Tell me in the comment section below if you're going to try it. It's so fun, and it's so stinking cute when it's done. Let me know. Talk to you later. Bye.